Well, KOIN 6 News was the first to report on a half a dozen stolen or abandoned cars found dumped in the Willamette River in early August. But we didn't stop there. Our continuing investigation has Clackamas County officials responding to security concerns at the Oak Grove boat ramp where those cars were found. And tonight we take our reporting even further. Amy Frazier is asking state and local agencies what's being done about the cars still in the river.
Without even knowing it, boaters enjoying the Willamette River pull skiers right over cars like this one and this one found dumped in the Willamette River near the Oak Grove boat ramp. Clackamas County Sheriff's Office diver Robbie Nashif is concerned by what he saw when we were here in early August.
You have risks to boaters, swimmers, wildlife.
There are at least 4 more cars still underwater here, and we've discovered those stolen or abandoned vehicles may or may not be removed from the river.
It has to be a collaboration to get these out, and it needs to be done.
Through the murky water, divers with the Clackamas County Sheriff's Office took video of the cars they saw in 15 to 30 feet of water. They were there as a training exercise after an insurance company asked them to help find one car. What the divers saw was 6 cars, some there for years, others, like a Corvette.
It's been down there for a long time.
With the resources they had at the time, 2 of the 6 cars were towed. But again, to this day, at least 4 cars remain here.
Is anyone in charge of getting these out of here?
No. Not that I know of. No one specifically is in charge of taking them out.
And that concerns Travis Williams with the nonprofit group called Willamette Riverkeeper.
Especially as parts degrade over time, oil and grease can be released, and then you wonder about the depth of the vehicles. Might they become a navigation hazard?
We did some digging and found the beds and banks of the Willamette River here are state-owned and overseen by the Oregon Department of State Lands. Despite the agency's jurisdiction here, no one at this point from state lands would go on camera, citing the need to do more research. A spokesperson did respond to our phone call and emails, telling us in part, we will work with DEQ and the Clackamas County Sheriff's Office to determine the safety hazard these submerged vehicles propose. She also writes, obviously, we don't want to keep them there if there is imminent danger to the public, but removing them could create many issues, such as having pieces of them break off and, of course, the costs associated with removal. We also contacted the Department of Environmental Quality, or DEQ. A spokesperson there says indications are the volume of oil or gasoline that might remain in these vehicles is low and represents a relatively minor environmental threat. DEQ will consult with local and other state agencies to determine the appropriate course of action for this situation. And finally, Clackamas County officials are also responding after we raised concerns about a gate at the boat ramp, which neighbors and deputies say the county could lock at night to help prevent car dumping here in the first place.
So the 2 things you'll be bringing to the commissioners and talking about in a study session would be both the kind of the gate security issue and then what can be done in terms of cleanup in the river.
Despite the challenges, divers who saw the cars firsthand are hopeful government agencies can find a way to work together to clean up the remaining mess.
Would you be willing to work on that kind of team?
Yes, absolutely. And I can speak for my dive team. Every one of us would feel the same way. We'd be willing to work as a team with anyone to get that done.
In Clackamas County, Amy Frazier, KOIN 6 News.
And of course, we will keep following this story and we'll let you know what agency leaders decide should happen with those dumped cars.